90% of the marine life found here is found nowhere else on Earth, yet there is next to no protection in South Australia. This has been an ongoing issue for a long time. I know marine campaigners and passionate conservationists have been working on this issue for the best part of 20 years. But we're now getting toward a point where something's going to happen. And I've said that before, but we're getting very close to it. In 2007, the Marine Parks Act went through Parliament, and that essentially sets up the legislative process for delivering a marine protected area program for South Australia. And in 2009, the outer boundaries of 19 marine parks were declared. Those parks cover 44% of the state's waters, but until the actual zoning plans for each of those 19 marine parks are in place, it's essentially business as usual. Over the next 6 months, the government is going to be deciding and putting out for public comment the final zoning plans for these 19 parks. So it's absolutely critical now, it's our time that we raise awareness of the need for marine sanctuaries, because it's the sanctuary zones within these 19 zoning plans that are critically important. The sanctuary zones are the national parks on land, if you like. They're the equivalent of those. They're the areas where you can't fish, you can't mine, you can only enjoy these areas for the future. So, like in a national park, you can't go into a national park and walk out with a bag full of plants and animals and things. That's the same principle for a marine sanctuary. You can enjoy the marine wildlife and film it, understand it, study it, but you can't take it out. So it's critically important that we get marine sanctuaries in place. The movie Oceans, I hope, will inspire everyone to really get behind this campaign and to help the Wilderness Society, help the Conservation Council, help the universities. There's a lot of people involved in this now. Help us all out and to raise the public support required to get this one over the line. You know, we're only going to get one chance here. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. The marine sanctuaries that are declared probably sometime early next year will be pretty much what we're going to live with now for another generation. So if we don't get this right, it's a legacy that we're going to be handing on to the next generation, and they won't be too happy if there's a mess that they inherit. Now, on everyone's seats, there's a campaign pack, and you've probably already noticed that. But there's 5 or 6 postcards in every pack, and please sign these, get them in, wander up your streets, put them in your neighbours' letterboxes. There's also 5 or 6 stickers in every pack. Please do the same. The front of the brochure really hones in. South Australia is now on the verge of making one of the most significant conservation decisions in the state's history. And that's where we're at right now. You know, the government is attempting to roll out what's the equivalent of the entire land-based protected area system in one hit. So this is a huge undertaking, and if we get it right, it's going to help set this state up for the future, certainly in terms of making sure that we have a sustainable marine environment. Also in the pack, there's a brochure just talking about a lot of the misunderstanding that's out in the general public at the moment. There's obviously a fairly major campaign against marine sanctuaries, and you're probably hearing about that on talkback radio and some of the shock jocks and all sorts of people trying to stir things up. Now this brochure makes it very clear what the issues are. It spells out in very easy to understand language some whole lot of questions and answers to, you know, what's being discussed at the moment. So have a good look at that, and we ask that people, you know, if they're willing to get engaged, ring talkback radio, send letters to the editors, get in contact with your local MP and tell them that we really believe that marine sanctuaries are the way to go. So it's pretty much now or never. The next 6 months, this process will be decided. So I really hope that people are inspired by the film tonight and can get involved. So thanks very much for coming, and enjoy the film.